It's an ML Sports Take brought to you by Batavia Downs Gaming and St. Bonaventure University's online Masters in Journalism. Log on to sbujournalism.com and get started today. So St. Joe's beats St. Bonaventure 68-64. Was just another ugly game. Bonaventure now 11-6 overall, 0-4. The season is basically shot unless miracles happen. And the only miracle that can happen is if they win the A-10 tournament. And right now, I don't even feel good about one part about this team. It's amazing how a month ago, I couldn't wait to watch the games, right? Because they're winning, they're playing well. We love the Bonnies, even through all this shit, we love the Bonnies. And now I dread even putting the TV on. No, I don't even want to watch them. This team was so dreadful in the first half that I knew that this was going to be a loss. This team is so unpredictable in terms of what they're going to do going into a game and how bad they're going to lose. It's unpredictable. Is it going to be 5? Is it going to be 12? Is it going to be embarrassment for 10 to 12 minutes? Is it going to, I mean, you don't know the unpredictability of how they're going to lose. And yet inside that, it's the predictability of the offense. I have the biggest problem right now with the offense more than anything. This offense is so predictable. All they do is dribble around. There's no passing and cutting. And I'm told every broadcast, every telecast that Mark Schmidt has 4,728 plays. That's what I'm told. That's what you are told. And yet, the last 4 minutes were as poorly executed by this team or any team that I have seen all year in college basketball, and frankly, the last couple of years in college basketball. For the entire game, Egbunwe was horrendous. Buddy Simmons, I thought, scored 14 out of force. Bowen was atrocious. So 3 starters basically give you nothing. You get no points off the bench. And I also don't know how Frank Mitchell got 22 points. I didn't even realize he had that many points until I looked at the box score this morning. I was going to get around to this morning. I had my son today. And frankly, I was dreading doing the recap. So, but they scored 28 points in the first half and probably were lucky to do so. This team shot 17 threes. They only made 5. They shot 67 times from the floor. 67 times. And they made only 25. They don't know when to drive. They don't know when to find a teammate anymore or how to find a teammate. It almost looks like a couple of the guys kind of quit on offensive plays. And I saw a lot of the comments about Mark Schmidt, looking like biting his nails at the end of the bench, looking like he quit and this and that and the other thing. I'll get to him in a minute. But I don't know what you do and where you go from here, right? Because it's so broken and it got so broken so fast. This team doesn't have any business. I'm not saying Bonaventure's Duke basketball, but they've lost to Ohio, Fordham, and St. Joe's this year. And they struggled against Lemoyne, and they had to come back from, 1,000 points to beat Colgate. I don't know where to go, how to feel about this. Can they even get 5 wins in the A-10? I got buddies of mine, I got alumni people, I got partner friends, I got people blowing my phone up through the day, today, last night, during the game, after the game. I don't know where the wins are going to come from. They got spanked by Richmond. VCU, I expected them to lose, but Richmond, Fordham, St. Joe's, these are no-shows. And I know that they were only a couple of points within striking distance for St. Joe's and all the rest, but they were dreadful in the first half. Now you go at LaSalle, road game again. Don't feel great about it. Then you have Loyola Chicago. I don't know. Maybe you don't even go back to Olean. I heard on the telecast that they were going to wait because of 8 inches of snow. Just stay in Pennsylvania. I mean, you can do laundry at other places. Go get a couple of hotels and stay the hell away from Olean for a little while. Go do some team bonding stuff. Go tour downtown Philly and then go, I don't know, somewhere else. Maybe you need to go to the Yuengling Brewery for all I know. But LaSalle is, you know, I know that brewery's a little ways away from Philly, trust me. But like, and they didn't even say, like, they said they weren't going back because of the weather, but now, I mean, today's Thursday, so Saturday at 2:30 isn't that far away. Are they really going all the way back to Olean and then busing all the way back to Philly? I don't know. They didn't make mention of, you know, if they were doing that. They just made mention of not going back right away because of the snow. I don't know what the hell's going on. But then you've got 2 home games against Loyola Chicago and St. Louis, 2 teams that are clearly better than you in so many different areas. Then at Duquesne, I mean, road game, what? Then you have Mason at home. Mason right now, best team in the A-10. At Dayton, that's going to be ugly. Fordham on the road, I mean, you just lost to Fordham at home. Every road game anyway, even if Bonaventure's a good team, every road game is uh-oh time. So I don't know where wins come from. I mean, they don't even have one in the A-10, so I can't even say let's stack wins. The offense is completely and utterly just been taken apart by all the opponents. They don't do anything different. There's an insistence still. The old Endoy stuff, the old Venning stuff, they have got to pass it to Frank Mitchell. Every possession. Why? Why is there a need to, even when nothing is going through him? And clearly you need buckets down the stretch. And Mitchell has to come out to the free throw line just to catch the ball and do the little handoff thing? You have to do that? Why is that part of the game plan? Bonaventure didn't even score a bucket until Simmons' 3 with 17:36 left in the first half. This game was 10-5. I didn't feel good. 13-7, 15-9. This was early. 22-11 after Simpson makes a jump shot. I'm going, is this team going to score 20 points in the first half? This team had 15 points. 15 points they had with 6:40 left in the first half. You know when they scored before that? They scored with 10:46. Right? Left in the half. I mean, you're talking 3, 4, 5, 6 minute stretches of god-awful offense, setting the game of basketball back forever. Right? The 28 points they scored in the first half, I mean, they had 23 points with 2:41 to go. Go all the way back and see where they scored again. 4:27. Again, 2 minute, 4 minute, 6 minute stretches of disastrous basketball. They can't get out of their own way. So I don't feel good about anything right now. Defensively, they leak everywhere. Missed assignments. Backdoor cuts. You can backdoor this team to death. 3-point shots all over the place, wide open. Guys move without the basketball at will. Their big guys are slow. Even against St. Joe's, against Richmond, they're slow. Joe G will have 0 impact all A-10 season. I predicted that back in late November, early December. I mean, this team right now does nothing for me. Nothing. And I felt really good in the out-of-conference. And I know that they didn't play the greatest schedule ever, but they're still mid-major teams, and you still have to beat them. There's some rivalry games in there. You know, there's a Jerry McNamara-led Siena team. I mean, there's still competition. But, I mean, they took a lead 49-47. I couldn't believe my eyes with 9:34 to go. I couldn't believe it because they started to have some pretty good offensive possessions. That was when Buddy went, you know, pretty nuts there. 11-footer, then Charles makes one, then Simmons again, and then Simmons again. They started to figure out, oh, we got to go to the basket. It's like, oh, 30 minutes into the game, you just figured that shit out. It's amazing to me. Amazing. They should have been going to the basket all the time before that. This should have been a game where you shot no more than 12 3-pointers. You could tell St. Joe's and how they defended that this was a go to the hoop, go to the hoop, go to the hoop game. Worst case scenario, start to get fouls. Shoot free throws, make free throws. Clock stops, score points. That's coaching. And I'm going to get to that in about 30 seconds. But I'm going through these last possessions. And again, it was a 1-point game, tie game, 1-point lead, 2-point lead. But they had the lead with 4:11 to go. They had a 4-point lead with 3:42 to go after Charles made the layup. And then it gets 64-63 after the three-pointer. And then it's, the Bonnies have a 1-point lead. Still, you're going through. Then it's St. Joe's has a 2-point lead. And then the Bonnies didn't score again. I mean, they had 64 points. Can we please talk about this? After Simmons made the 13-foot floating jump shot, which was pretty great. Looked like maybe, wasn't that the play? Maybe he got away with the travel. Whatever. He scored. They didn't score again. 2:35. They didn't score again. What is happening? What is happening with this offense? I mean, they went through a couple minute stretch of going to the basket and doing their thing, and then all of a sudden, and the Bonnies, they burned through some timeouts too. I mean, what is Mark Schmidt doing? There's no adjusting. They had already adjusted. So then they adjusted the wrong way, and then they can't call possessions. They can't get to the basket, and then they settle for just terrible shots. The shot clock winding down. I mean, the Bowen missed 6-footer was a killer, right? Bonaventure calls a timeout. Simmons missed a 23-foot jumper. They settle for jump shots, outside shots. They settle for handoffs with the guards. St. Joe's makes a free throw. Bonaventure gets the ball, right? Egbudiwe misses that 29-foot 3-point jump shot. That's what you settled for? The guy who might have been the worst player on the floor for a 3-point jump shot from the other side of Philadelphia? I can't do it. And Mark Schmidt is, there's got to be something else they can run. If there's 4,892 plays in the playbook, maybe that playbook should be burned and they should create something else. There has to be something else. Because they can go to the basket for 2-3 minutes. They can't go... They can't go another 2 minutes and figure it out and drive to the basket and continue the momentum. And then it's like they try to reinvent the wheel offensively. Oh, there's Mitchell though. We got to hand it to him in the last X amount of minutes to just see if they don't notice, because nobody's gonna know that on defense, right? Nobody could predict that. Nobody could predict when Venning was there. It's like, oh, he's going to get the ball 28 feet away from the basket with zero impact on the play. Nah, we'll just let him catch it. Why not? I don't know, man. I don't know. 0-4 in the A-10. And again, I don't see a bright light, right? No adjustments, rotation brutal at maybe Egbudiwe shouldn't have been out there at the end. But how do you go to the basket? How do you recognize that for a couple of minutes and then go way away from it and just settle on threes and then go back to this handoff stuff and all perimeter and oh, we can't go in there. There's a brick wall right there. I mean, what? This was a 68-64 game. This was a nip and tuck game for a while, late second half. For as much as you might have lacked confidence for the Bonnies, I don't know, over the course of 30-plus minutes, 1-point game, a tie game. You're up 2, you're up 4. And then you can't score the last 2.5 minutes of the game. And that offense that we all know is so predictable, you just keep running it out there. The season's just completely gone off the rails. I mean, it's just a complete disaster. Complete disaster. 68-64, Joe's over the Bonnies. Mike Lindsley here. It's an ML Sports Take brought to you by St. Bonaventure University's online Masters in Journalism. Get it done in under 2 years at sbujournalism.com. Thanks as well to Batavia Downs Gaming. You can stay, play, dine, and win. Book your package now at bataviadownsgaming.com. Thanks to some partner friends of the show as well. Select ones, Dan Davidson Jr., Dan Davidson Sr., Mark Alberti, and Matt Motika. Please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel at ML Sports Platter on YouTube. And as I always tell you, enjoy the games.